The Blast from Our Past Network.
Hello there, Star Wars fans.
And fellow whiskey nerds.
Our podcast, Star Wars and Whiskey Pours, gives you a weekly shot of whiskey reviews.
Combined with hot takes from all things in a galaxy far, far away.
So if you need a little Boba Fett and Blantons in your life,
or some Jedi and Jameson, then join me, Adam,
and me, Corey, on the Star Wars and Whiskey Pours podcast.
Found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all your favorite podcatchers.
May the whiskey be with you.
Lock your doors, close your windows, turn out your lights, for chills and thrills await you. It's time for Podcasting After Dark with your hosts, Corey Stevenson and Zach Schaefer. Stay with a friend, say your prayers as grisly ghouls close in to seal your doom.
Tonight's episode, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, starring Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Podcasting After Dark, the #1 cult movie podcast on the internet. I am Corey. Joined with me on these Kevin Smith films is Luna. We are finally tackling Jay and Silent Bob, but we have a special guest. Luna, isn't it funny? You're not the special guest
I'm not
anymore.
the special guest today.
No, you're the regular. You're the regular. And we have a special guest. We have Diallo. He wanted to be on the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back episode. We found that out when we covered the animated series, the Clerks cartoon. Yep, on TV Obscura. So if y'all listened to that, y'all heard that, then you know why Diallo is here. What's up, guys and gals? How's it going?
It's going.
Luna, we're finally at Jay and Silent Bob. We're finally, I should say, past Dogma. Dogma was the reason we started everything, and now we are in a post-Dogma world. How do you feel about that?
It's been good. It's been fun. I think when we did the Clerks cartoon, it was interesting, but I think we all agreed it was missing something. Now we're jumping into Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and I think it is a good redemption for the, I don't want to say disappointment, but it brings back the Jay and Silent Bob in their true glory here. So,
well, while we're talking about it, our experiences with this film particularly, Luna, had you ever seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back
nope,
before?
First time seeing it. Yep,
that's what I figured.
I was 9 years old when this came out, and this would not have been allowed in my Christian household.
Yes, yes, of course. Diallo, what is your experience with Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
This was maybe my 2000th time seeing it. I was, I think, 29 or 30 when it came out. But if it had come out when I was 9, I grew up in a Christian household too, and we definitely would not have been allowed to watch this movie.
No click commanders?
Yeah.
Luna, I saw you reposted that reel today on
Yes.
Instagram. That was
man.
funny.
So good.
And of course, we are going to rank these at the end like we've been doing, and we're going to have Diallo rank it as well. I'm kind of have an idea of where maybe it's going to land on his Kevin Smith ranking.
Probably.
I'll say really quick, 2001, I think I was probably in community college at the time, or no, I was going to regular college at the time. I saw this once in the theater, and that was kind of it. I was kind of sort of not phasing out of Kevin Smith, but I don't know, it wasn't hitting as well. And Luna, moving forward, there will be some movies that we're going to tackle that I've never seen before, like stuff like Red State and Tusk and things like that. So, and actually Clerks 3, I've never seen that either. So we're kind of getting into new territory for me. Like I said, I'd seen Jay and Silent Bob before, but it wasn't really in my rotation. And honestly, at this era, a lot of Kevin Smith wasn't in my rotation anymore either. I was watching Mallrats and Clerks more like late high school, early like community college, like early 1999 and stuff. And you know how things go. Things get a little bit crazy. But talk about crazy. So, this is a proper review and everything. And normally Zach and I would talk about the cast and crew and get into, what everyone's been in. This movie has so many people in it that if we tried to get into everyone's like filmography, we would be here for 2 hours. So
Only
I'm gonna,
two.
so I broke it into 3 separate categories. I'm going to rattle off everybody, and then we can feel free to talk about anybody we want to or whatever, and then just kind of go from there. But 3 categories. 1, returning actors. This is basically a View Askew. This is probably one of the most central View Askew movies that, at least up to this date, that's happened. So we pretty much have almost every returning actor. We have Jeff Anderson, Brian O'Halloran, Jason Lee, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Shannon Doherty, Joey Lauren Adams, Renee Humphrey, King Mustafa Obafemi, Chris Rock, George Carlin, and Alanis Morissette. So pretty much all our main actors from all the previous films, Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma, and Chasing Amy. But we have quite the impressive collection of famous new cast members or new members to the View Askew universe. Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Shannon Elizabeth, Elijah Dushku, Ali Lauder, Sean William Scott, Jon Stewart, Judd Nelson, Tracy Morgan, Diedrich Bader, Jamie Kennedy, James Van Der Beek, Jason Biggs, and Will fucking Ferrell. And then Diallo, I'm sure you've noticed a few of these. We have a few famous cameos for the nerds. Yeah. We have Wes Craven, Gus Van Sant, Joe Quesada, Paul Denny, and Morris Day in the motherfucking time. So right away, what I noticed about this movie, especially the new cast members, is it is a who's who of who's hot in 2001. Wouldn't you agree with me, Diallo?
Yeah, I think no, I don't. I actually don't. Sorry. I mean, it's like I don't agree with you. Like it's in the spirit of it. I just think it's more because like a lot of the cameos are just like what you call it, Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher. Those are, you know,
This probably should have been in the nerd category, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like there's a lot of his influence. You grew up watching. You grew up watching certain people. Gus Van Sant, like I don't know. I mean, I like all of the cameos, but I don't know that they're necessarily like a who's who. And even like, what's his name? Dawson, what's his name? James Van Der Beek. James Van Der Beek, that's how he says it.
Big rips.
Yeah, he like I think what's that shit? I think Dawson's Creek was still on at the time, but it was still, or it might have just had passed, so he wasn't quite, That's actually the most notable role I know him for since.
Oh yeah.
Dawson's
Well, the
Creek
B in
came
Apartment
out.
23 is great, but that would be later, and he would be playing himself in that.
Yeah,
and I guess
yeah,
I was kind of thinking like when it's the ladies, it's the Elijah Dushku, Ali Lauder, and Shannon Elizabeth. Is
Yeah,
like,
definitely. But even because it's like Ali Larter definitely, Shannon Elizabeth, Eliza Dushku, and what's his name from Buffy, that was his boyfriend that everybody hates.
Yeah, I didn't write him down. He's the one guy I didn't write down, but yeah, I remember that dude.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just like it for me. It felt mostly geek, just centric. And then but then Ali Larter and Shannon Elizabeth, they were definitely like. Especially Shannon Elizabeth at the time was
Elijah Dushku, awesome. This is still straight up like Maxim era, Maxim magazine era.
Absolutely.
And they were all on the cover of Maxim at one point.
Yeah. So it's it was we'll talk about it, but yeah.
Mark Blucas is the guy.
Lucas,
Blucas or whatever. He played the Fred in the Mystery Mobile.
Yeah.
I always know him from Buffy. Didn't love him on there. I don't think anyone did.
Nobody liked him. So.
Yeah. Luna, what are your thoughts on this massive cast collection of people?
Oh, it's like a pretty little gift packaged up perfectly for you. I mean, I think it's so cool that I've mentioned this I think in almost every single episode we've done is I love it when directors bring back the cast members that they work well with, but also how cool to be a young person in pop culture, watching all these TV shows and movies, and then growing up and getting to bring them into your own movie. I just think that's such a fun and creative expression that Kevin Smith got to do. I mean, obviously we see the Star Wars references again. We get Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. It's just great, and not only the cast members, but also the pop culture references were just never ending. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get into it, but you've got Scooby Doo, Star Wars,
E.T..
E.T.
E.T.,
Yes, E.T. And then what the Jewel Thieves when they're in their black leather.
Yeah.
What was that from? Because I know it's a reference,
It was
but
what was that movie with
It's with Catherine Zeta-Jones, kind of.
yes,
Yeah.
and it was
Like a thief or
Sean
something.
Connery was in it or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that famous scene where she has to duck under the laser bolts, and
Yeah.
and her butt was in the air, and yeah, we all when Ali Lauder farted. That was great. She's like, the little stoner's right.
well, they got what did they get? Was it burgers or tacos or something? And
I think so.
Yeah, it was
It's
the
like,
burgers. I
yeah.
think,
Yeah, those burgers make you fart.
so it was just a really, I think, just it's excellent casting. Really fun.
The interesting thing is too, you have actors playing both their counterparts in the movies, the View Askew universe, and their selves. You have Ben Affleck is playing Holden McNeil, the character, but he's also playing Ben Affleck, and he's also making fun of himself as Ben Affleck because they're shooting Good Will Hunting 2 hunting season. It's great.
Applesauce, bitch.
And then he's playing that character so stupidly, but then Matt Damon is playing himself, playing Will Hunting, and he's kind of playing it very seriously. And it's just like, it's on paper, I don't know how this was ever supposed to work, especially knowing the production was also a bit tough, I think, for Kevin Smith, because I think Jason Mewes was addicted to heroin at this point and everything like that. And he was kind of like not stalling out production, but he was definitely making things a bit of a hassle for Kevin Smith. I feel like on paper and knowing that, it's remarkable that we even have this movie, that it even exists, and it's as good as it is. So I want to get into the general discussion. We'll be talking about these actors some more and everything. But before we do, let's roll the trailer.
Miramax is starting production this Friday on Bluntman and Chronic.
Does it say who's playing us in the movie?
I'm sure it'll be Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. You know, they put them in a bunch of movies.
Jay and Silent Bob are here.
Jay and Silent Bob movie?
There's a movie being made you two were the basis for.
What? And these two guys from Jersey are on a mission.
We gotta stop that stupid movie from getting made. Come on, Silent Bob. We're going to Hollywood.
If they can manage to get there.
How come we ain't getting no rides?
Because you're doing it all wrong. Hey, all the hitches do this. It's the first rule in the book.
You follow the book too?
I live my life by it. You live by the book.
Well, you picked us up, didn't you? I got it. All right.
What are you doing? Whoa!
We keep our eye on the prize and let nothing distract us.
My friends and I are on a road trip.
Your friends, huh? Where they at? What the?
Watch the language, little boy. There's females present?
This summer,
is Hollywood ready for Jay and Silent Bob?
Hey!
the real Jay and Silent Bob are breaking into show business.
I hate how fake Hollywood is.
The hard way.
You may very well be dealing with the two most dangerous men on the planet.
Fire warning shot into his bulbous. Stand there and react. Don't say anything, especially you. All right, people.
That's pretty funny. This was a good idea, Lunchbox, and these outfits were totally incognito.
Hey, they need you on the set. Another white boy in this movie? Dang!
Whoa! Jay and Silent Bob strike back.
I think George Lucas gonna sue somebody.
And if you haven't seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, It is the simplest plot synopsis in the entire world. Jay and Silent Bob take a road trip to Hollywood to shut down the movie of Jay and Silent Bob, Bluntman and Chronic, because they're not getting paid for it. And that's all there is to it. It's a simple premise, but it's a road trip movie, which is always a lot of fun. Luna, where would you like to kick off this discussion?
Where would I like to kick this off? I don't know. I mean, I think the first thing that comes to mind, and you might know this better than I would, but where in the timeline is this related to Harold and Kumar? Because I got major Harold and Kumar vibes from this movie, which is funny that I never saw this movie, as a teenager, but I'd seen both Harold and Kumar. I think one is the White Castle and the other one's like Guantanamo, and it just felt like watching one of those movies as a teenager again.
I think it was before, like a few years before Harold and Kumar, I believe. I'm not sure though.
No, you're right. Harold and Kumar is 2004, so this is a few years prior. And yeah, I think Jay and Silent Bob walked so Harold and Kumar could run. And I say that because I would watch probably Harold and Kumar over this. I have a very soft spot in my heart for that movie. As far as like a stoner movie goes, it's as much of stoners as Jay and Silent Bob are. I kind of don't consider this a stoner movie. They don't get stoned that much in it.
Yeah, I mean, they don't get stoned in any of the movies they're in.
I know.
Really. Yeah,
they're the drug dealers. They're not neccerily the drug.
Well, they do have the moment in the Mystery Mobile, right? Where I think what is Jay? He wakes up and they cut his kidney out. Right, they want to dump you in a bathtub full of ice in a hotel, and he wakes up, and it's like, check my back.
Yeah, I mean, even when they get to L.A. and you see Tracy Morgan, he's like, crack, want some crack, get you high. And then they realize they're both dealers. And he's like, are you on the job? So maybe when you're working, you don't use the supply. Maybe.
They even have like the union cards to show each other.
Yeah.
So Diallo, you've seen this a million times. How was it watching it 1,000,001?
Oh man, it was great. I mean, I haven't, it's been a minute since the last time I watched it. Maybe 15 years or maybe more. I saw it in the theater when it first came out. There was a big group of us too. I remember it was really fun. And I just remember being like, oh wow, I actually really liked it, And then the reason why I watched it so many times was maybe a few years after that, I was living with some friends. We just, I don't know, it came on. They had like recorded it, and we just like would almost watch it every day. And it just never got old. Like it just never got old. And I don't know. It's kind of like a feel-good movie now. So like I was watching it today, and I was like, man, this is great. Like I still laughed at all the jokes. I was surprised at how many lines I remembered. Expressions, it's like all kinds of stuff. So if you put me on a desert island, this would be a movie I would bring with me.
Wow.
Yeah, just because I don't know, just there's something about it that just like hits for me. And it's fun, and I think when I give my ranking of movies, I think it falls in a category which I think I'm more attracted to, but I'll talk about that a little later. So.
Okay. All right.
Well, it's kind of a spirit lifter, honestly. I mean, it's just I found myself laughing through the whole film, and I've had a pretty stressful couple of weeks with work and moving. So putting this on for an hour and 45 minutes, I just was able to just like tune out. And, I think a lot of the Kevin Smith movies have some humor in them, some of them more than others, but I thoroughly enjoyed this. So I'm with Diallo. I think this is, I could see myself rewatching this over and over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this
it was a straight up comedy, right? Like it just, compared, Mallrats, I think is the only other movie that like has that straight up comedy kind of energy, and this definitely was that.
Yeah, because Luna, at this point, we've watched Clerks, Mallrats in order. These are not our rankings, but in order: Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, and now this. And so Chasing Amy has humor, but it's we talked about it and we both enjoyed it, but it has like this message. Dogma is like all message that Kevin Smith is pushing forward, like his beliefs and everything. And then this is just all comedy beginning to end. It's almost like like a Naked Gun type of thing where it's just nonstop. How many jokes can we fit in, rapid fire? For you, did it feel good to kind of get back to like sort of the jokes and everything, or do you miss there being a point?
I like the jokes. I mean, this was also the first, Jay and Silent Bob are support characters in a lot of these other movies that we've reviewed. This is their time to shine, and so they're the main attraction here, and I think it's well deserved. And it was nice to just be able to just tune on and just laugh. I mean, it's just slapstick the whole way through.
And how do you think like Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes did carrying an entire movie themselves as Jay and Silent Bob? Like, how did that work for you?
It worked really well. It really did. Like I said, I think it was well deserved. It didn't get old, stale, boring. After the third fart joke, I was still laughing. It's not like it was overdone. And I'm sure there's people out there who might be a little bit, have a stick up their ass and wouldn't find this funny. But if you can just, chill out and enjoy it for what it is, I think they really carried the film pretty well. And of course they stay in character even as, they're kind of playing themselves as Bluntman and Chronic. They just stick with it. And like I said, it's I think Kevin Smith being able to play into a lot of the pop culture that he so loves, especially at the end where he's literally having a lightsaber battle with Mark Hamill's character, Cockknocker. How fun, right? How fun to be able to bring one of the best Jedis in the universe into your own movie and just beat the shit out of him, right? I mean, that's just phenomenal.
Diallo, were you getting Trickster vibes from the old Flash TV show?
Dude, as soon as he came out, watching it this time, as soon as he came out, I was like, I'm glad you brought that up because I always appreciate that little nugget. I remember when I first watched The Flash, and I was like, that was sort of like the first reintroduction of Mark Hamill, I think, in pop culture kind of, and then he carried that over to the Joker. But it was really great to see the Trickster come back.
Was that was like 89 or something, right? Was that Flash
90,
series?
I think 90, 91. Yeah, I think it was 1990.
Yeah. Luna, there was a Flash TV show. It was only one season, but it was really, really good. And it was back in 1991. And, and they obviously there's the CW one that came out in the 2000s. But Mark Hamill plays this Flash villain called the Trickster, and he just was pretty much Cockknocker, in it. And yeah, it was fun to see. It was nice that he wasn't doing the Joker, the Batman animated series Joker. He was doing something different. And I mean, Mark Hamill's great. He looked great too. Like he looked healthy and everything back then. So I wish he'd gotten more work at the time. Although I kind of wonder if he was getting more work at the time, would he have done Cockknocker?
Yeah, that back then he was doing Joker pretty much.
Yeah,
he
was just doing voice work pretty much only.
Yeah, only, and that's that's a good gig because you don't have to get dressed up. You just show up and sit at the mic all day.
Exactly. Luna, do you have any particular scenes that sort of stand out for you that really made you sort of hoot and holler?
Brent getting thrown out of the van. That was brilliant. He was such a loser. I mean, it reminded me of like being on the bus as a little kid, and you have that like the little snotty kid who's like rubbing his nose with the side of his sleeve. That's what Brent reminded me of, and it was so nice to be. What did he say? He's a sheep fucker. Get him out of here. And just throw him out of the van, and it throws the whole plan into whack because he was supposed to be the patsy. So I think not only was it funny, but it also served the plot well. So that just really stood out to me, and I wanted to bring that up when I saw Brent get thrown out of the van. That was just like, that was probably one of the peak moments of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back for me.
I always like the George Carlin cameo.
Gotta make with the head.
When he gets in the cab and he just takes a big breath and goes down. I was like, dude, George Carlin, man, you were the fucking goat. But I love that. I love the scene when Jay is like basically telling Kevin Smith or Silent Bob what to write, on the message board, and I'm gonna try to rendition it. All you motherfuckers are gonna pay. You are the ones who are the ball lickers. We're gonna fuck your mothers while you watch and cry like little whiny bitches. Once we get to Hollywood and find those Miramax fucks who is making this movie, we're gonna make them eat our shit, then shit out our shit, and then eat their shit that's made up of our shit that's made up of their shit. And then all you motherfuckers are next. Love, Jay and Silent Bob. I love that so much. I mean, I don't know what scenes hearing about, because Kevin Smith's very open about a lot of things. He does podcasts and everything. He's a very open person. And, Jason Mewes being hooked on heroin at this point and everything like that, I don't think any of that shows through. Like, I think Jason Mewes fucking crushes it as Jay in this, and he spits out some shit like this. It's like in one take, like he spits this shit out that it's amazing. But I was talking to Myra about it, and apparently, Kevin Smith got him clean and everything, and he made him promise that if he stayed clean, he would write more Jay and Silent Bob roles, and that's how they got Clerks 2 and everything like that. And on social media, I mean, it seems like I think Jason Mewes has been clean ever since this. And, he looks healthy. He looks great. He's got a daughter now and everything. And I was telling Myra, I was like, I think there's an alternate timeline where Jason Mewes probably died in 2002 or 2003. And I'm glad we don't live that. I'm glad
that was a view askew.
Right? But I'm glad that Kevin Smith stuck by him. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that both Jay and Silent Bob are still around. Diallo, what's one of your favorite scenes in the movie?
God, I love the whole movie. It's really hard. It was funny watching it again after so long. The only part that I kind of really forgot about was Will Ferrell's character, and which was Marshall, Will, and Holly, which is a play on Land of the Lost. I don't know if you picked that up, which he went on to play
That's
in Land of the
interesting.
Lost, which I can't stand. But gosh, like the parts with the monkey and I don't know, I am the click commander. I actually really love that whole scene. That's great. When he's daydreaming, when Shannon Elizabeth first walks in and he's making his faces and he's like, ooh,
the little devil, the devil Jay's on his shoulder.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when the devil's on his shoulder, yeah. God, I love the entire thing. I think one of the things about it is there's no part that I feel for me dips in energy or okay, I can kind of, I don't really like this part. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, like scene by scene by scene by scene. When what's his name? Is it Hold? Oh no, what's his name? Banksy in the comic book store?
Yeah, no, that was that's Brody.
Brody, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so he owns a comic book store now, and you're like, oh well, he's not hosting, the Tonight Show anymore. But then there's that giant blow up of the Variety magazine that says how he bolted. So okay, so there's no loose ends. Like everything is tied up.
Yeah. But I like when he it's so random when he's like, and now the theme song. Like it's just so random. Like what is that? What even is that? I don't know. I love I just love the entire movie. It's an American classic.
But again, and so Luna, its connection to the View Askew universe, but it's so weird because people exist in it that are from Mallrats, but then at the end of the movie, they talk about how much Mallrats sucked when they're all coming out of the premiere. It's this weird line between reality and not reality. But Luna, what did you think of seeing all the tie-ups and everything, where Holden is, where Brody is, and all this kind of stuff? What's her name from Chasing Amy? Alyssa? Or her and Holden didn't get back together, it seems like.
No, they didn't. I mean, like you said, they tie it up all very nicely. And there's a couple instances where they, like you said, like people are existing these alternate timelines where they even look at the camera about how like stupid the movie is and look at the viewer like, how are you watching this? It was really tasteful. I mean, I don't think there was anything that they missed. There wasn't anything that fell outside of, if you want to say, like the lore of Jay and Silent Bob and the Kevin Smith universe. It was just really nice to see all these returning faces watching the Bluntman and Chronic movie, coming out of the movie theater, critiquing it. I mean, even Will Ferrell brought what's the chick's name who took the fall for Jay? And
Justice. Or
Justice.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Yeah. And she's in her, jumpsuit with shackles, jumping up and down. It's
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. Hey everybody, Corey here. I just wanted to let you know that we'll be right back after these short messages.
Hey everybody, I'm Tim.
And I'm Dean.
And we're the hosts of Talking Back. We're a retro-based podcast covering movies, comics, video games, and more.
Check us out every Monday where we hit the rewind button and dig into some of our favorite content from the past. We like to keep things fun, lighthearted, and informative.
Do you feel like you need more nostalgia in your life? Then check out Talking Back. We're available everywhere podcasts are found.
Have you been wondering where's the beef? Well, on our podcast, Throwback Trivia Takedown, you might just find that out, as well as some other things about the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
We're a nostalgic-based trivia show that pits two challengers head-to-head in a duel of the decades, with categories ranging from movies, TV, and music, to slang, food, and fashion. You're sure to get the best in retro-themed trivia.
So strap on your jelly shoes, grab a surge, and walk like an Egyptian to your favorite podcast app and check out Throwback Trivia Takedown.
I heard even Mikey likes it.
And now, back to the show.
I mean, that's one of the things, like the charm of it is that, like even like a character is playing two roles, so, like Jason Lee playing, both of his characters. And like you brought up Ben Affleck playing himself plus his other, like the actual character. Like, I think it, like in like I totally forgot about Shannon Doherty because she was in Mallrats, right?
She was in Mallrats, yeah.
And then there's a Mallrats movie, right? In that universe.
Yes.
And she's in the movie.
It's so weird, but it works though. It works because it's just it's all goofy. So you can just sort of like say, okay, And
but
then,
I think go ahead.
And I was gonna say, and then they imply that like you couldn't make Chasing Amy into a movie.
Yeah.
But yet she's still clearly that same character. So Chasing Amy doesn't exist as a movie, but that all happened though.
Yeah.
Because that's also where the Bluntman and Chronic comic book came from, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's so absurd. I think that's why it's so like the jokes, like you don't like. For me, I take most of it as jokes. So I never like try too hard to like make it make sense. But it's so absurd that's why when they do a riff, it's funnier because you're not like kind of judging it as hard, trying to make it fit into anything.
Right.
I think too, like if you've seen all of Kevin Smith's other movies, these are like little Easter eggs, little treats that they're peppered through the film. But if you haven't seen any of them, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is still a great, easy watch. You don't have to have seen the other movies to get it, but if you have, it's just that much more special.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And it kind of never occurred to me how actually pivotal Chasing Amy is to this movie because Mallrats, we start getting the Bluntman and Chronic idea in Mallrats when Kevin Smith, Silent Bob, dresses up sort of as a Batman sort of thing. That's where the inception of Bluntman and Chronic sort of come from. And then we in the real world, our world, there was a Bluntman and Chronic comic book, and Kevin Smith was writing comics and everything. I think that's why we got the Joe Quesada cameo and the Paul Denny cameo in this, because he was doing Daredevil. He did a Daredevil run, and then he did a Spider-Man run with Black Cat.
He
And
had
then he did the
Daredevil
Green...
in the movie.
Daredevil in the movie. And they also did Green Arrow, right, Diallo?
Yeah, Green Arrow, and I can't remember when exactly. I don't remember if Green Arrow came out before this, during this, or after this. But yeah, he but yeah, there actually was a scene in Jay and Silent Bob where there's a Daredevil character doing a flip when they're in the studio.
On the back lot. Yeah, it's more of the classic costume and everything.
Yeah. Which Affleck goes on to play Daredevil a few years later.
I mean, it's almost like prophetic. But Chasing Amy is the movie that sort of kicks off Bluntman and Chronic, but also in that movie, Jay and Silent Bob are the most normal, the most down to earth, that there is of any iteration of them thus far. It's the most normal. And then, I mean, I'd say Dogma is maybe the second normal, but they're still Jay and Silent Bob. Like, they are. But it's funny. I never realized how actually important Chasing Amy is to the whole View Askew universe. And I know Mallrats is the redheaded stepchild, the black sheep of the group, but I do know that Chasing Amy, I feel like it doesn't get enough love. And when Luna and I did our rewatch of that one, I was surprised at how much I still love Chasing Amy and how much it holds up.
I mean, I don't think it gets as much love now just because it's been time, but I remember when that movie came out. I mean, I think that's kind of that put him on the map in terms of being a filmmaker, you know?
Yeah.
Rather than just
especially coming off the heels of Mallrats being a bomb and everything.
Yeah. Because, he, kind of splashed on the scene, word of mouth kind of built with Clerks, and then his second outing just wasn't that great. But then, I mean, I remember having around that time I was in grad school, and but they were serious literary conversations about Chasing Amy, and so I think to me that's his most mature, most thoughtful, probably strongest film. I would call that movie a film, rather than a movie, and so I just kind of what you're saying, it makes sense that how pivotal it is, even if it's in a subtext way, because a lot of stuff grew out of that for him. So yeah.
Going back to the movie, 2001, talking about, so I mean, this whole the MacGuffin of the film, I guess you would say, is this website. Is basically there's a chat, in the website, and everyone's shitting on the movie and shitting on Jay and Silent Bob by name,
because it was
essentially.
Poop Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poop Shoot.
Yep. which was like a play on that old website, Harry Knowles' website, or whatever.
Ain't It Cool News.
Ain't It Cool News. Yeah. And I remember I'm 2001. I was I'm watching this and I'm this was when the internet was still fun and alive and vibrant. And I would go to websites and websites would be exciting. And I think about then versus now and how the internet is dead. I do subscribe to the idea of the dead internet theory. Yeah. It's all just trash, and social media just killed it. And everything is just, I don't go to any website. I don't go to anything. And it's so sad. And this movie made me nostalgic for the old days of internet. Luna, when did you first get online?
At the very beginning.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I remember having dial-up and in the probably the late 90s, and getting into Neopets in the early 2000s, which funny enough has been relaunched. If you know of Neopets, it's back, folks. But no, I thought it was really funny because they had the computer inside the burger shop.
Yeah.
And having public access around all these children, and they're talking about making people eat excrement, and everyone's just kind of looking at them, but they still there would be so many fucking filters and algorithms and shit blocking that on a public laptop these days. But it kind of reminded me, and like you're saying, making me nostalgic for E-Bombs World. I don't know if you ever messed around on there.
Classic internet. Yeah.
Yeah, this peak internet. You could find so many unhinged videos and games, and the Flash games that people used to make for websites, and that's all gone now. that was just a different time. I was even talking to a friend of mine the other day that I feel like humanity peaked between 1969 and 2007. It started with the landing on the moon and ended with the iPhone. Like that time period, just it was just a different beast.
Well, I mean, doesn't The Matrix say it? Like the
Mm-hmm.
90s were the peak. And it's so funny at the time. You're like, oh, sure, whatever. And we
Yeah.
look back now and I'm like, oh, I think The Matrix was actually right.
Yeah.
Diallo, the Wachowski sisters are always right because Speed Racer is one of the greatest movies ever made.
This is true. That came out, what, 2007? That's 2009, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But there's one thing about this movie that you're talking about the internet. When I was watching it this time, I was like, how prophetic it was. Just like when they were talking about the people commenting online and how and like when they actually showed the people, they were usually like kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like the one scene in the guy's office, he's making these like, whatever he said about the movie, but he has nothing to do with film,
Right.
at all. So
yeah,
I mean, it definitely was a different time then. It was energetic. I was on Ain't It Cool News a lot back
me
then.
too. Yeah, of course.
And I mean, I did like I was around that time. I mean, I was seeing how toxic and I was seeing how people responded differently. Like it would, but like we know it as a reality now, but that was the first time I was like noticing. I was like, why is this person so angry? Nobody really acts that way, like in the comments, and that was displayed really in that little time bubble, and it's so true even today.
It just kept going. The movie also, Diallo, made me nostalgic for Wizard magazine, which I was a regular reader of.
Yeah.
And was it Entertainment Tonight? Was that Entertainment Tonight, or was it?
Oh no, that was
E News Extra.
E News. I think
but just in general, like those old news, entertainment news shows.
I forgot that was like a thing. Like when it was on, I was like, oh my god, that was like the outlet for entertainment news at the time.
Yeah,
I remember going through their studio once back in the day.
Yeah,
like that was the thing. Now I guess it's TMZ now.
I guess that's all that's left.
Local news now. But
Luna, what'd you think of Jay's Planet of the Apes fantasy?
It was fun. I mean, especially when he walks up to the Statue of Liberty on the beach. And that's kind of what I was mentioning earlier, is you have all of these great pop culture references sprinkled through the movie. I haven't seen Planet of the Apes in I don't know how long. I've never seen the new ones, the ones that they've done the past 8 to 10 years. I only saw the originals. And remind me, because isn't he getting chased by one of the monkeys on like a horseback?
Randall does. Then he gets shot, and then Dante's getting his brains eaten.
That's right.
I wasn't supposed to come in today.
It was so good. I loved how much Dante and Randall were in this, And I mean, they're such assholes. They're exactly the same. I fucking love it.
Well, Dante is my my muse there, so
yeah,
my retail muse.
and Randall is mine, so it's kind of perfect.
I love how it even kicks off when he's just like, I'm done with these guys.
Or even more so, we see Jay and Silent Bob as babies. And
it was their origin story.
Their parents, their moms, and it's back in the 70s. It was just, I loved that.
Yeah. I love that movie so much. I love it so much.
Luna, did you think you were going to see baby Jay and Silent Bob?
No, I didn't. And, it's funny because Will Ferrell's in this movie. When it had baby Jay and Silent Bob and he's saying fuck, 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 it reminded me of a clip with Will Ferrell where he's late on rent. And there's a little girl, you probably see it, and she's like, "Where's my fucking money?" And he's like, "I'm gonna get it to you. Why are you being so mean?" And so it's just all these references just remind me of other great things that I've enjoyed. But I was not expecting to see them as children. But now we know where it all started, and it's funny because even when they're with the girls in the van and they go to the convenience store, they try to like sit out front, and they're like leaning up against the glass. You can see the glass like bowling, and they're just not getting comfortable, and they switch spots. So you kind of see where it all started, and it's a good little treat.
Oh, Luna, you just mentioned with the little girl, with Will Ferrell and the little girl. That was Funny or Die. Again, that was another website that was fucking amazing. That's
right.
just, I'm sure they have a YouTube channel now or something, but who cares? I wanted to, back when we used to go to websites, we'd have to go to the website to enjoy it. It was great. Diallo, take us to another scene that always stands out for you.
What's his name? James Bader?
Dietrich Bader, yeah. It's gonna make Silent Bob suck off Jay.
Yeah, he's like, "We'll suck you off," and he's like, "No, no, no." And then he's like, "Well, tell you what, you watch." Well, he's like, "Okay, come on."
What does he tell them they have to say when they're done?
Yeah,
though?
that's the part that I love. Yeah, he's like, "When you're done, say what a lovely tea party."
And I love how it's like Jay's like, "You were gonna do it," and Silent Bob's like, "No," but he looks at the camera, he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I mean, it's a road trip movie, and it is it has a lot of pop culture references. That scene when they're in the at the dam is kind of like The Fugitive.
I was waiting for Will Ferrell to say, "I don't care."
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, but it's actually like a lot like Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes.
If you think back to it, I mean, it's a lot more like that. Even though
it's almost like vignette to vignette to vignette.
Yeah, yeah. And even with them ending at this movie studio, just like Pee-wee's Big Adventure does. So I kind of feel like that was like the broader inspiration for it, and that's another movie. That's my favorite. What's his name? Tim Burton movie. Yeah. But yeah, it's just what a lovely tea party. I love there's actually the relationship that between like Shannon Elizabeth and Eliza Dushku. I love how they're like kind of like mean girling her.
Yeah.
But she always does this like kind of like thing back to them all the time, and I love that dynamic. It's like really subtle, but it's good setup. Her love of Jay is completely toxic, actually. Like kind of watching it, I'm just like, he's not nice to her at all. But I know it's
boo boo kitty fuck.
Yeah, and she's just like, she responds with sweetness to anything that he says, but I don't know, in like a movie way she can see through whatever, but it's very toxic. I need to find a love like that.
You find your boo boo kitty fuck.
I do, I really do. I was watching it and I was like, oh man, I need to find me a Shannon Elizabeth.
Well, apparently Heather Graham, they approached her for the role, and she was like, she couldn't get behind it because she couldn't figure out why her character would be attracted to Jay. And it's like, it's
so
I mean, it's written by a guy, it is what it is.
I mean, that's almost any romantic comedy. Like the guys are always like older or just like not the best looking. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Jay's not getting Shannon Elizabeth in 2001.
I don't know, but have you her boyfriend in real life wasn't a looker either.
Well, isn't she doing OnlyFans now too?
I mean, she might, but
Who's not doing OnlyFans?
He's in the movie.
Is he?
He's the assistant. Not what's his name? Not Jamie Kennedy, but like he plays
the other first AD
like
or
after.
whatever.
Yeah.
That guy.
He's been in it. He'd always show up in like all her movies. It was weird. But,
I love Chris Rock in this.
Oh man, he's so good. Yeah.
And I'm not the biggest Jamie Kennedy fan, to be honest with you. I never have been. It screams whatever, But I thought he was perfect in this. He's like, there's no boogers in that. Like just his deadpan. Like, I got you your booger-free coffee.
Taste it. Taste the booger flavor.
Taste the booger flavor. Oh, Luna, anything else stand out to you scene wise, like really pop into your head? That's been
I got a bunch of white girls in my trailer who want a part, and I got just a part for them.
I think you guys mentioned this a little bit with Ben Affleck kind of like playing himself and playing someone else. But even when he's playing himself, I mean, he kind of has this thing where there's like a dead hooker in his trailer,
Yeah.
and he like the police come in, he's like, not today, like there's no one in there. So I just love that people can be playful with their personalities, and even if it's a little trashy, it's still fun. So
Yeah, this is back when I think Ben Affleck was still alive inside, you know?
Yeah, I
mean,
literally was gonna say that. He was like, he had energy. Now he's so like red. He's so worn.
all I think of Ben Affleck now is that meme of him standing there outside with a cigarette. Just like that is just in my head what he is. And yeah, this was like peak Ben Affleck. Luna, have you ever seen Phantoms?
No.
He was the bomb in it.
It's the bomb in Phantoms, yeah. It's a crappy like monster movie that didn't do well. I actually
bad.
I like it, but
I thought it was bad.
It's pretty bad, and therein lies the joke. But you may want to check it out one day. Luna, what'd you think about seeing Moore's Day in the Time at the end?
I don't know who they are, but it was fun.
They were Diallo. He was sort of rivalry with Prince back in the day.
Well, yeah, I mean, according to the movie,
right?
according to Purple Rain,
they
used to tour together, and they'd open for him, and he was a part of Prince's little universe of singers. They did have a falling out at a certain point. I don't know if you know, but like the producers Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis that produced like a ton of hits, but they produced a lot of Janet Jackson songs and albums. They were actually in, I think they were in the Time, I think, or maybe they were in the Revolution. I don't know. I may be making this up, but they were a part of that, and so Jungle Love. What's the other song? Can't think of it right now. But they didn't have like a lot of hits, but he was just like a personality.
Yeah. No, he'll always be in Fort Fairlane to me. But I've only seen Purple Rain I think twice. I was never like I like Prince, but I'm not like a mega fan or anything like that. But I do like Morris Day. I do very much enjoy him.
Yeah, he was, he had the whole thing going on.
You
didn't really get to see it in the movie, but in this
got to see some of the dance,
But he just like the way he just had this whole thing going on. It was great. The thing I like about that was the payoff, because like the beginning they sing Jungle Love, and then when he shows up at the end, it was like, oh, that's great,
Yeah. Well, before we get to our rankings, the thing is, like you said, this is like Pee-wee's, Big Adventure. Every scene, we could talk literally about every scene, and it would take 3 hours, and they're all funny. I think, how about this? Any sort of low points or complaints you guys have? I'll start off by saying that sometimes Kevin Smith does a little bit too much pantomiming for me. Like there's times when Silent Bob is more subtle, and I think I like it when he does more of a reaction to what Jay is doing. But when he has to like try to communicate something, and of course they make fun of it. Jay at one point is like, "Just tell me what you're trying to say." Of course they make fun of it. But for me, sometimes I think for me the whole entire movie, Jay works for me the entire time. Silent Bob, Kevin Smith is Silent Bob. I'd say 75% of it works, but there are a good 25% of the time where I'm like, okay, how much can you really do with this shtick? You know what I mean? Luna, did that ever, was him not talking, was it ever a problem for you?
No, not at all. And I think kind of like the other movies we've reviewed, he does break his silence on a number of occasions, usually for very good reasons. And when he freaks out over Jay about the orangutan getting basically picked up by the critter control or whatever it was car, I laughed. I thought it was really funny. And they're reunited later. What was the orangutan's name? It has the name on the cage. Was it like Rachel or Cher or Cher?
It was Susan or
Susan.
I think it was like Susan. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was great. I had no problem with Bob remaining silent, but I do know what you mean. There's a couple more, maybe more instances where he's trying to communicate. But I think that also comes with the territory, because this movie was all about them. And the other films, they're support characters. So I think it's going to come up more in a movie where they're trying to, I mean, going a whole hour and 45 without talking at all. It's kind of fucking hard. So,
Yeah. But are any complaints that you have? Other, that was mine. Do you have any of your own from this?
Other complaints? Honestly, no. I mean, I just thought this was I thought it was really brilliant.
Okay. All right. I think Diallo, anything from you? Any final complaints?
No, it's perfect. No, I can see what you mean about that. That stuff with him, and it's like I notice it, but it doesn't bother me because I mean, anytime it happens, it's so quick. It's not like, it's not like it's taking up any amount of time. But I do, I do notice a little like the pantomiming. It's a little over the top, but I mean, the whole movie's crazy. So for me, it's fine.
I just love his reactions when he's sitting in the back seat and Carrie Fisher, is in the front, and Jay's in the front, and he kind of, Silent Bob's just kind of looking and everything. His reactions to what Jay is doing far outweigh any complaints that I have about the pantomiming, But okay,
he really has a way of communicating with his eyes when he's reacting. It's like he doesn't need to say anything because you can get it all. But how different this has been than when we did the Clerks cartoon, because, we were kind of ragging on that a little bit, and now me and Diallo are like, this is fucking perfect. So
yeah, I mean, I watched all of these in real time, kind of when they were coming out over the years, and so that, I mean, the reaction to Clerks the cartoon was valid because that's what we all felt that in the moment, but I also didn't really like. Especially then, like I didn't think of things as like one big IP so much as like the movies were the movies, So it was just like, oh, it's the next movie now. That didn't work out. I think that now, especially with Star Wars, and it's kind of like that, where it's like everything that comes out is a part of like some canon, right? And you take the movies as serious as the cartoons, as serious as the TV shows. And so that would have been a little bit more of an issue, but like then it just like it wasn't like the cartoon tarnished the movies for me. So
well, it makes me realize that the cartoon that's kind of the only thing that has no connection, because Leonardo is like not mentioned or anything like that. So it's almost like the cartoon is kind of, standalone, which makes sense. I mean, that came out in 2000. And if this is 2001, he's probably writing it around the same time, or he probably even has. I think he even had this movie written before that, because if I remember correctly, we see a stinger at the end of, I think, Mallrats, with which Jay and Silent Bob with the orangutan, and they're like, Jay and Silent Bob will return or something like that. And I can't remember if that was Chasing Amy, at the end of Chasing Amy, or at the end of Mallrats, but I think Dogma like came before this. Like this was supposed to come before earlier on. So it does make sense that like nothing in the Clerks cartoon would be mentioned in this if he's had this written years prior,
Yeah, I don't remember that. I remember, I remember Alanis Morissette at the end.
Well, yeah. Luna, did you stay all the way through the end of the credits and see Alanis
I did watch the
Morissette?
credits because they kept peppering in extra scenes, so I did.
Okay, yeah.
He's
So
doing he's doing the post-credit scenes before Marvel made it.
Right, exactly. Luna, give us your
rankings. All right, Clerks still number 1. Love Clerks. I'm gonna have to say Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back has moved to number 2.
Wow.
It has. I think I said Chasing Amy was number 2 last time, so Chasing Amy has dropped to number 3. Dogma number 4. Mallrats number 5, and then the cartoon number 6.
Okay.
Am I missing anything? I think that's everything.
No, that's it. Diallo, what you got?
So yeah, Jay and Silent Bob number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Dogma. Number 3 would be Clerks. Number 4 would be Mallrats. I'm missing something. No, wait, no.
Chasing Amy.
Did I say Chasing Amy? Yeah, 4 would be Chasing Amy.
Okay.
5 would be Mallrats. And the last one would be Clerks. But I have to put a caveat. because I always do like my rankings, whatever.
Of course.
And it's like if this ranking, I'm ranking them, but if I were to like show you a chart, it would be like these are the good ones,
Oh yeah.
and these are the ones that I don't really like think are particularly good. And so even though Chasing Amy I have at 4, I think Chasing Amy is a really great movie.
Yeah, it's a
Right?
better
So,
crafted. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I mean, trust me, I feel this. I have the same feelings because like Mallrats is my number one, and
Mhm.
first off, I gotta say, all three of us are gonna have such vastly different lists, which is very funny because I think comedy is just so subjective, you know. But yeah, like. So my list of what my personal favorites are is not what I consider are good movies or, you know, a list of what they are in order
Yeah.
of quality.
Well, I mean, it's the same because I like Jay and Silent Bob is like my favorite, but I don't think it's actually like the best. I
Yeah,
just
no,
like
I
it's
get
the
it.
one that pops
Yeah.
for me. I actually think Dogma is his top to bottom like
You think that's his
production.
magnum opus?
Yeah, like story, production, scope, theme, like that one is like I think his like that's his, biggest movie, even though it's not his, I don't think it was his biggest budget. But then I think Chasing Amy is his most like mature, solid movie. But then Jay and Silent Bob is just the one that I
Yeah.
resonate with. And even like Mallrats, like I don't like I don't think it's great, but if you put it on, I watch it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just it's still fun,
Yeah, I mean
So
it's I'm on the same page as you,
yeah.
buddy, even though our things in different orders. But like for me, Mallrats is always number one. Clerks is number two. Chasing Amy is number three. Jay and Silent Bob number four. Dogma number five, and then the Clerks cartoons probably number six. But it's the same way. Like even though Jay and Silent Bob I think is more fun than Dogma. I got excited when the Dogma 4K came out and I bought it immediately. If they put out a 4K Jay and Silent Bob, I probably won't buy it. Like I don't even though I'm ranking it higher, I'll probably watch Dogma more than I'll watch Jay and Silent Bob. Now, the thing is, I've always known, Luna, we've talked about this. I've always known Mallrats is my favorite, then Clerks is number two. But if we had this discussion, the three of us, before Luna and I started this retrospective, I would have told you that Chasing Amy was probably going to be my number six. I am so surprised still at how high Chasing Amy is for me. When Luna and I revisited that, I was fully expecting to be like, oh, this doesn't hold up or, whatever. I fucking love Chasing Amy.
Mm-hmm. And like we were having academic discussions about that movie, and I think especially I mean at the time too, like that whole conversation wasn't happening in pop culture.
Yeah.
As much as he does he does like gay jokes, he does like that was he takes like a serious approach. He took a very serious approach to that. I don't know. It's like it's such a really good, heartfelt movie. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say about the 4K because as much I kind of agree with you. Like because I watched Jay and Silent Bob like on my phone today while I was working. Like,
it doesn't. It's not required. It doesn't require. High production value.
Yeah, like I'm not really watching it but like if Dogma came out in 4K and Jay and Silent Bob came out in 4K, I would get Dogma, not Jay and Silent Bob. I probably would get most of the other movies on 4K before I got that one because it just it doesn't require.
I have the DVD. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't require it at all. So
Luna, going into this, were you expecting Jay and Silent Bob to be this high for you?
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, I think when we talked about Chasing Amy, I really appreciated the message that it delivered. Maybe people would disagree with me, fuck it, whatever. But I was not expecting to just sit through a whole movie and just laugh almost the whole way through. I think it's I don't think I've laughed this much at any of other Kevin Smith's movies.
Okay.
And I think like both of you said, like the quality, I'm not ranking these in like what's the best film that was made, but what I enjoyed, this just shot up to number two so fast. And I would almost put it at number one, except that I just resonate with Dante from Clerks so much.
Yeah.
I watched it when I was working retail. It just clicked, kind of like you at the video store. it just kind of works. So I was not expecting it to be as fun as I didn't really know what to expect. Um, I'm pleasantly surprised that I enjoyed it so much. And I think too, I know that, Harold and Kumar came out after this, but since I saw Harold and Kumar as a kid, that has more nostalgia for me. And this reminded me of that experience, which is funny because at the time I wasn't even a stoner. So I like, pot humor was like probably went right over my head, but I still loved it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Did you watch it with Adrian?
No, just by myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are you going to show this to Adrian, do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think he would like it?
It's debatable.
I will say Myra was in here for 1 second when I was watching it for today, taking notes and everything, and she sat in for the click commander part, and she laughed. She was like, Jay, and I know she's not like the biggest fangirl of them, but she did laugh at that one moment. So it's like, yeah. It works. Luna,
I think you'd have to be a fairly serious person not to laugh at least a little bit at this movie.
I think so.
Like you'd really have to have a tight ass to not
Or a
laugh at anything.
contrarian.
Yeah.
I don't want to taint your viewing experience or anything like that, but we do have Jersey Girl next, and once we watch it, we'll talk about the reception of that one. But then Luna, after Jersey Girl, we do have Clerks 2. So it's gonna
Which didn't that just have its like 25th anniversary or was it 20th anniversary?
Yeah, because came out in 2006. Yeah. So, and it's funny, Luna, because Zack and Miri Make a Porno. That's probably, oh God, Diallo, we have Cop Out after that. Oh boy,
did I see that?
We've got some interesting stuff. I actually really like Zack and Miri Make a Porno. I think that one's a lot of fun.
I thought it was fun.
Cop Out is. Anyways, well, Luna, I don't want to taint any of your experiences.
Wait, who was in?
Curious.
Can you tell me who was in it?
Cop Out.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do have the movie that J-Lo and Ben Affleck met on coming up next, Jersey Girl, right? Wasn't J-Lo in that one? Yep.
Yeah, that was there.
So Jersey Girl, Luna, is a big one for Ben Affleck.
Okay.
And
that was when he started being tired.
Yeah, that's when the tired comes in. But it's also like it's Kevin Smith's completely. He's going to be departing from like the View Askew stuff and really diving into his attempt at like just a straight up rom-com, a straight up early 2000s rom-com, which definitely there's a type to that. You know what I mean? Like there's a style to that early 2000s rom-com.
Bring it on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is always fun, Luda. I'm always enjoying going through the Kevin Smith movies with you. Diallo, I'm glad you came on for this one and you had a chance to rewatch it for the millionth time. I'm glad you both enjoyed it, and so did I. I was expecting it to maybe not hold up as well as it did, and I'm very pleased. I think ultimately Jason Mewes, for me, kept me entertained throughout the entire. If Dogma is Kevin Smith, the director's magnum opus, I would say this is Jason Mewes' magnum opus.
Well said. I mean, it's the charm. He has his own. He has a whole arc. He
does.
Like the romantic. Yeah. Good call.
Diallo, do you have anything going on we can talk to people about?
No, I mean, just I'm down in the basement, got some stuff, happening out there, but no announcements about anything just yet. So, just being a creative, making my way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
And to the home ground.
I can't listen to that song without thinking of Terry Crews and White Chicks. I mean, that's just like every time.
I love him so much. Myra and I are doing a rewatch of Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now, and it's,
nice.
It's so good, and he's great in White Chicks as well. Luna, we're going to have you on hopefully soon with Zach when we're going to cover Dead Kids, aka Strange Behavior, hopefully within the next month or so.
Okay.
But Jersey Girl will be next. And I don't even know if I've seen it all the way through. But yeah, we're starting to get into stuff where like I've seen one movie, but then I didn't see the next one. Like it's we're getting into the era of like it wasn't mandatory for me to like see Kevin Smith. So I'm excited. I'm excited to check out some stuff I've never seen before. Like I said, Red State and stuff like that. So
Well, I'm always surprised when you haven't seen something because in my world, you've seen everything. So.
All right. Well, Luna, thank you so much for being on. Diallo, thank you. And
thanks for having me. Let me crash the party. I don't.
There was no crashing at all.
I don't need to be here for Jersey Girl.
Yeah, you're like, I'm telling you right now, I don't need to be on for Jersey Girl. Luna, as always,
we'll catch you on the dark side.
Be sure to subscribe to Podcasting After Dark on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can support the show by joining our Patreon page, picking up a t-shirt from our merch store, or leaving us a 5-star review. Follow us on Instagram at Podcasting After Dark. All links can be found on our website at www.podcastingafterdark.com. And join us next time for another cult movie or TV show review with Corey Stevenson and Zach Schaefer.
Hey everybody, it's me, Corey.
And Zach.
We wanted to tell you all about our exclusive Patreon tier called A Tour de Force, where each season we go through a different auteur's complete filmography in order from beginning to end.
If you sign up now for just $5 a month, you unlock our complete back catalog for John Carpenter, Don Coscarelli, and William Lustig. That's over 50 episodes.
And we are currently going through Larry Cohen's filmography, so you'll get all those episodes as well.
Thank you to everyone that supports Podcasting After Dark on Patreon.
You keep the show going. And as always,
we'll catch you on the dark side.